Can I ask you something real? Have you ever felt being replaced? Like you were once in a certain role, maybe in your job, in your community, in your shul, maybe even in your own mind, and then suddenly someone else took that place. And you smile, you're mature about it. You said all the right things, but deep down something in you tightened. A quiet pain that no one else saw. You kept going, kept showing up, but that small hurt, it never really left. You just pushed it down. If you know that feeling, you already understand the hidden tragedy of Parshas Naso. The Parsha describes the Nesiim, the leaders of the tribes, who are Bechorim, bringing karbanos to dedicate the Mishkan, to fix the fact that they missed out on giving to the Mishkan. Each one brings a beautiful personal offering, and the Torah repeats every detail 12 times, making Parshas Naso the longest Parsha in the Torah. Why? Because their karbanos, although exactly the same, were brought with their own personality. They weren't commanded, and yet Hashem accepted them. Chazal tell us these weren't just political leaders. They were the Nesiim, who were Bechorim, originally chosen for the Avodah, until Chet Egel. And then they were replaced, even though the Bechorim, who were Nesiim, did not sin with the Egel. The Leviim takes their place, and Aaron Uvanov, not them, become the Kohanim. And they said nothing, but maybe not everything was said out loud. What do you do when you're once chosen, and now you're not? The Nesiim didn't rebel. They gave more. The jewels, Avnei Choshen, Avnei Miluim, the wagons, the Aglei Tzav, and they brought Ketoras Yachid, just like Nadav Avihu, and Hashem accepted it. They brought a Chatas Yachid, and Hashem accepted it. And even Ephraim sacrificed all his karbanos on Shabbos, which is not to be done for a karban Yachid. But it was Haras Shah, and Hashem and Moshe accepted the Nesiim's offerings. They pushed themselves higher, but maybe something inside, maybe just a quiet sadness stayed with them. Fast forward to Parshas Korach, a challenge erupts, and these same men, so holy, so loyal, suddenly side with the rebellion. Because when Korach says, "Why is Aaron the Kohen? Aren't we all holy too?" it touches something old, a wound they never named. That's the brilliance of the Torah. It doesn't just tell us the facts. It shows us how people work. Even the greatest tzaddikim can fall, not from ego, not from evil, but from pain left unprocessed. And the same is true for us. Maybe you were the one who used to get the attention, the kavod, the connection, the role, and now someone else stands where you once stood. You didn't fight it. You kept doing the right thing, but something inside you tightened, and it stayed. And now, when something small happens, a comment, a decision, a simcha, it hits harder than it should. That's not weakness, that's unhealed pain. And the Torah is gently asking us to look at it before it turns into something we don't recognize. Before Shabbos, take 1 minute. Ask yourself quietly, is there any place inside me that still feels replaced? Don't judge it, just see it. Because the Nesiim brought really holy karbanos, but they never brought the pain. You can. Bring it to Hashem. Let Him hold it. Let yourself begin to heal. That's the karban of today. Sefer Hasidim says, the famous words, Kol ha-mispal va'ad chaveroi v'hu tzarech la'osa davar hu nena tchila, doesn't mean that if you need something, you should daven for somebody else who needs the exact same thing. Certainly you should daven for yourself, because your own tefillah for yourself is always nena before you tefillah for someone else. But what this is referring to is Avram and Avimelech. Avimelech took Sarah from Avram, and Avram was davening for his adversary. And the koach of davening for somebody else who has caused you harm or has taken your place, that koach of tefillah is the koach of tefillah that brings healing. Have a good Shabbos.